You are using this Wi-Fi connectivity online, guys? Please confirm.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So check, go to the setting and let me know that which frequencies your
The
device
2
is
point, the 2.4, 2.4. I see.
2.4, right?
Yeah.
So it is going to use 2.4. So it is going to have any channel. See that in the bracket channel number will be written.
Wait, sir. Yes, sir. Channel 1.
Channel 1 is there, right?
Yeah.
So it can use 2.4 also, it can use 5 also. Now it depends upon the evolution of the Wi-Fi. See here that in this it shows that in wireless communication, radio frequencies refers to the use of electromagnetic waves. Now within the radio spectrum to transmit and receive the data through the air. And see here, visible, right? That these are the characteristics of the some IEEE 802.11 amendments. So first we had in the year 1997, 802.11. So it was supported what 2.4. It was not supporting 5 gigahertz. Now the maximum rate of speed that it was providing us is 2 Mbps. Now it was the original ratified version that was came in the 1997. Then later on, we had 802.111b. So it was using 2.4 only, not 5. And the maximum speed it was providing us was 11 Mbps, introduced in the year 1, 1999. Then we had in the 2003, it was using what? 2.4. It was not using 5 gigahertz. Then in the same year, around in 1999 only, it also started using what? 5 gigahertz. But in this case, it got the high speed compared to what we had in the 2.4. Here it is going to provide what? 54 Mbps. Then now 802.11n, that is going to provide you both 2.4 also and 5 also. And the speed it gives us is 600 Mbps. Then we have 802.11 AC, that is going to provide you what? 6.93 Gbps speed at least, approximately. And it is going to support only 5 gigahertz. And then in the year 2019, this is we are going to have 802.111ax. It supports both 2.4 as well as 2.5. And the speed is 4 times what we had got in the 11AC. And now check which amendment your device is using. Huh?
11 AC.
Which one? 802.1a 1x, right? Okay. It may be prior to this one. That's why. Prior to this. So most of the time when you will check now, your devices will be using this one only. 802.11 AC, 11 AC. Correct? Now in this case, everything is dependent upon what? A device that is called as an access point. We will be using a device. So what is the use case of this access point? This is a wireless access point, is a networking device that allows the wireless capable devices to connect to a wired network. It means that we will be using access point to have the connectivity between the wired and the wireless. So here we have a router, then a wired PC with a switch. Then with this switch only we have access point. And with that access point, multiple PCs has been connected using what? Wireless connectivity. So this access point has one side wireless connectivity and one side as a wired connectivity. That's why it provides you the connectivity between the wireless and the wired network. Right? No? So what will happen now that we will be having multiple access point. We will be having multiple access point. Now that access point need to be accessed by a centralized device that is called as a wireless LAN controller. We will be having a wireless LAN controller that is called a centralized device, and this will be used to access multiple access point. And now, based on the connectivity of the access point, we are going to have different types of service set. What we have? different types of service set. Now see, the concept of service set is crucial in wireless networking as it defines how the devices within the network interact and communicate. So the first one we have is a basic service set. Now it is a fundamental building block of wireless local area network as defined under IEEE 802.11 standard. It represents a group of the wireless devices known as client, means these are the end devices will be called as what clients that communicates with each other under the control of single access point. So now we will be having a single access point, and with that single access point, multiple devices has been connected. This is called as what? Basic service set. What it is called as basic service set. It means that whenever multiple devices is connected with a single access point, we call it as a basic service set, right? Now, in this case, what happens that the devices will be with a single access point. It means that it is not going to communicate with any other devices located with another access point, right? So if we are going to have one more access point where the devices will be communicating with the devices connected with the other access point, then that will be called as what? Distribution system. First, you see what is this distribution system. So it is telling you that a basic service set involves a single AP, and there is no any explicit connection into a regular Ethernet networks. It means that it is telling you that we will be having an access point, but with that just your wireless devices has been connected. There is no any further connectivity between the switches and router so that these all devices can be able to reach the internet or can even able to communicate with devices outside its own network. So in the case where we will be having a single access point, then multiple devices connected using wireless connectivity, then we had a switch, then we have a router, and then we have a ISP. That type of connectivity is called as what? Distribution system. Single access point, multiple devices connected, basic service set. When with that access point, further you have connected a switch, then router to reach the internet, that will be called as what? Distribution system. Because it is telling you that, see, sooner or later, wireless clients will need to communicate with other devices that are not members of the BSS. So in that case, one standard is referred to upstream the wired Ethernet as the distribution system. So this type of architecture where we will be having a connectivity with one switch and then router, that will be called as what? Distribution system. Right? Then what we have? Extended service set. It means that in this case, we will be not having only single access point. We will be having multiple access point. So what it says that it is a crucial concept in wireless networking, specifically within IEEE 802.11 standard. It allows multiple access points to work together to provide broader coverage, seamless connectivity for the wireless devices. So where we will be using this? So it says normally one access point cannot cover the entire area where the clients might be located. For example, you might need wireless coverage throughout an entire floor of a business, hotel, or hospital, or other large building. Now, to cover more area than a single access point cell can cover, you simply need to add more access points. Means we are going to have so many devices. So for that, using a single access point will not be enough for us. So in that case, what we'll be having? Multiple access point. Now, in a single geographical area, you have taken multiple access point. So this is called as what? Extended service set. Right? And when you have multiple access point, that need to be like it need to be monitored, right? So we will be monitoring this multiple access point with a device that is called as a wireless LAN control. So this is preferred where in the case of very large network, where you have more numbers of devices that need to be connected with the access point. Clear? One more we have, that is called as what? Independent basic service set. Now, what is the meaning of that? So it says that it allows two or more devices clients to communicate directly with each other with no other means of connectivity. Then it says IBSS. It means in this case, no access point is required. Directly your devices are communicating. So what could be the example of this? Bluetooth, right? Even we can have hotspot, correct? So where the devices get connected with each other and just communicate. So in this case, in this case, no access point is required. So we have seen here, one is what? Basic service set. Or let me write only. And what we have? Distribution system. If the access point has further connectivity with switches and the router, so that devices located under BSS are able to reach the internet or communicate with the devices located in different basic service set is called as distribution system. That's okay. Oh, wait. 1 minute. Let me pause. So one we call it as a distribution system. Then what we have? Third one is ESS, that is extended basic service set. In this, what happens that multiple access point will be connected. It is preferred in large network extended service set. Okay, what all the things are used under this wireless? Can you tell me? Like what all the things will be used under this wireless? We are going to use here radio waves. Why only we use radio waves? Because see, we have certain other things as well. Like we have electromagnetic waves, right? Microwaves we have. These all are based on what? Wireless only. So why we use only this radio waves only?
Sir, wavelength.
Wavelength.
Yes.
So let me write multiple, all the reasons we will be writing here that why we are going to use radio waves only. First, let me write that one more that is left is independent basic service set. Independent basic service set. In this type of connectivity, devices will communicate without using access point. It means they will be communicating directly, right?
Sir, if you summarize the whole things, then it will be become that when we deal with single access point, we use BSS,
Right.
and when we deal with two access point, we use distribution system, and when we use more than two,
Not with two, but we can say with a single also we can have distribution system. When your devices is going to communicate outside your network,
okay,
and when
okay,
we have more than one means this one access point, then we call it as a extended service set. And when there is no any use of access point, then we call it as a independent basic service set.
Independent. Okay.
Now, radio waves is preferred in wireless network, right? So what are the reasons for that? The first reason we'll write that radio waves can travel long distance and penetrate through the walls of the building as well. So this like the solid objects is not going to affect the transmissions of the signals. That's why we will be preferring here radio waves. So making it ideal for transmitting the signal in complex environment. Then we have a second point that they propagate in all direction. It allows flexible communication. Then radio waves support mobility. Then they provide a scalability. Why scalability? Means it is going to prefer for the large network we can say. That's why. Then what we have, fifth one. So data transmission using radio waves is fast and even it is suitable for broadcasting. That's why this is preferred in the case of wireless, not any other. So radio waves can travel long distance, right? And it can also penetrate through the walls. Let's say you have installed your Wi-Fi in other different room. Even you're sitting at different part of the room or different part of your home, then you receive that. So it means that it is not going to provide you any obstacles with the help of this physical walls that we have. Based on that, even it can reduce the or speed, but it is not going to affect the signals. Speed may vary, but it is not going to that it will be not allowing you to pass. It will pass. Clear till here? Then we have is wireless LAN controller. So a wireless LAN controller is what is a centralized device in the network, which is used in the combination of with lightweight access point. So it means that here we will be using a wireless LAN controller that is going to control multiple different access points. The name only suggests that it is what LAN controller. So it can handle the configuration of what wireless access point. Now, because it is centralized, so wireless LAN controller is aware about the wireless LAN environment. It provides the services that can lower the price of deployment, ease management process, and provide several layers of security. How it is going to provide you ease management process? Because instead of going through the individual access point and doing the configuration, we may take it from the help with the help of what wireless LAN controller. So our configuration under this wireless principles will be based on what? Same. We will be using here wireless LAN controller and we will be using here access point and we'll see how we can manage access point using this wireless LAN controller. This is one of the example of Cisco wireless LAN controller.
It is connected using cables.
Like it will be connected with the this one means access point, and then it is going to have a connectivity with what? End devices. This access point is having a connectivity. So what are the benefits? It is secure, then it is centralized, and it is simple. Just you can go through all these terms. Now what it tells that here Wi-Fi that we're going to use is based on certain security protocols. So the first protocol that we had for the Wi-Fi is WEP. So it is called as what? Wired Equivalent Privacy. The first Wi-Fi security protocol that was in the year 1999. So it was the first Wi-Fi security protocol approved in the year 1999. It was initially expected to deliver the same security level as the wired network was giving. But the problem is, however, it was found that WEP is not as secure as desired. So it was not secure. Just it was giving you 64-bit encryption. And this 64-bit encryption was not enough. That's why this was not, you can say, relevant. Then in the later on year only, we had one more that is called as a WPA. And this is called as what? See, this is the enhancement of what? WEP. So WPA was adopted by the Wi-Fi Alliance as an alternative of WEP, and it was providing you 256-bit encryption. So compared to in the case of WEP, we were getting only what? 64. Here we are getting here 256. So that is telling you that a bit increased compared with what? 64 and 128. And it was in the year 2003. Then we had WPA2. So it was ratified with the help of new Wi-Fi security standard in the year 2004. And even it is providing you the improvement of on WPA. That's why its name is WPA2, security standard. Right? So compared to what we were getting in the case of WPA encryption, it is going to provide you more security. Which one? WPA2. And the last one we have is the WPA3. The name is Next Generation Wi-Fi Security. It was developed in the year 2018. WPA, Wi-Fi Protected Access. Right? But now you will check most of the time your devices will be using WPA2 only. Right? Not the 3. And in that also we have two. One is for, like you can say, personal use, and one is for public use. So now you check your Wi-Fi connectivity and you will find that it will be using a WPA2 personal.
WPT plus one.
Using?
Both of them. Or
But sir, my old system used WPA3 personal.
Okay, it was using next generation, right? Depends.
WPA3 personal.
Most of the time you will be getting for WPA2 only. Most of the time.
mobile uses WPA2.
Let me show you configuration for this wireless. See what devices we will be taking here. See here. That first we will take one switch. Then we'll take one server. Are you seeing here wireless devices? Then we'll take this one. See here, 3504 wireless LAN controller. 3504 wireless LAN controller. And then are you seeing here this access point? We'll take here two access point. Done. Then we will take one admin laptop. Admin laptop through which we will be doing all the configuration. And then we'll take two more, one laptop and one is tablet. So these two devices will be connecting to the access point using wireless medium, wireless connectivity. So now we will be having a connectivity from the switch to the server. Okay, this we have taken. We have to take server. So this side we have wired connectivity. And this side we will be having a wireless connectivity, right? Now, IP address on this particular server will be, let's say 192.168.1.10/24. Okay. Now we need to give one IP on this wireless LAN controller also. So IP will be 192.168.1.100/24. Okay. So let us come to this particular server, configure the IP, desktop. IP or configuration, IP address is what? 192.168.1.10. See, as of now, we have not taken any router, but we will be giving a default gateway. Okay, like an invisible device. 192.168.1.1. This is the IP for the default gateway. We have not taken the router, but you can consider that we will be having a router where we need to give a default gateway, right? Then you come to services, come to DHCP on this. Save this. Now, what is the IP we have to give for the wireless LAN controller? 192.168.1.100. Now, save this. Done? Okay. Now come to this wireless LAN controller. See, first you need to come to this config. Then you come to management. Then are you seeing here? We have the IP. What is the IP we need to give here? 100. What is the subnet mask? What is the default gateway? DNS server. Let's say 8. I think we have not given on a server, right? No problem, not required. Once it is done, then come to this PC. We'll configure it statically only. 192.168.1.5. And what is the default gateway? 192.168.1.1. Done. Now come to web browser. What we have to access? Wireless LAN controller. So we will be accessing the wireless LAN controller using HTTP, the application layer protocol. HTTP colon 192.168.1.100. Subway server. Let us keep only in the server. Okay, 8.8.8.8. And come to services. Give a default gateway here. 192.168.1.1. DNS server is 8.8.8.8. Starting IP, I want it from 2. This is this. Save this. Done. Come to wireless LAN controller. Give it here also. 8.8.8.8. Now come to this PC. IP configuration. Change to DSCP only. It will take IP automatically. Okay, done. DSCP request is successful. And now we'll come to this web browser. HTTP 192.168.1.100. It will take time to come. See, coming. Now, what it says, that Cisco 3500 series wireless LAN controller it is. Now it says here that create an admin username. Okay. So username is what? Admin. Admin. Password will give it here. Admin. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So it is not taking that. So we need to have capital A, D, M, I, N at the rate 1, 2, 3. A, D, M, I, N at the rate 1, 2, 3. All these things we have to add here, right? 10. Now we have to give here a system name. What we are going to give system name as wireless controller, or you can say LAN controller, right? Then what is the management IP address for this 192.168.1.100? We are setting all the detail for the LAN controller. We are giving a name to the system like a LAN controller. IP, this one is the IP. What is subnet mask? What is the default gateway? Done. Then we have to give next. Now you want to create who is going to use all these things, like who are the employees that will be allowed to access this wireless LAN controller, and they can do all the changes on the access point. Okay. So we need to write here a network name. Let's say the person, any person is there who is going to access this. Tell me any name. Okay, I will give here Bengaluru. Okay. So see what we are going to use here, WPA2 personal, right? Now, what is the password? We need to give a password for that. Bengaluru 1, 2, 3. Done. Then you have to give here next. This is the virtual IP. See all things we have created here. Username is admin. System name is LAN controller. This is the IP. And this is network name who is going to access this. WPA2 personal. And this is the password. Okay. Apply this. Now, as here we have given WPA2, it means now when we will access this wireless LAN controller, then we will not give a HTTP. This time what we will give? HTTPS. Right? Now it is secure, no? That's why. Again, come to web browser. Give here HTTPS colon then 192.168.1.100. Coming, then login here. Now, what is the username we have given? Admin. Then ADMIN@123. Login. This is the admin login. Right? This is like a GUI, graphical user interface. We don't have to use any CLI commands here. Right? You have to just click and just you have to do the static changes. See, this is the management IP address. That is what 192.168.1.100. Now, here it shows you that information regarding what? All access point. Do we have any connectivity? No. it is telling you 0 because now my access point is not working, right? That's why. Now, if I want to create certain more users who will be accessing my wireless LAN controller and who will be accessing the access point through this wireless LAN controller, that I'm going to create. So now come to this WLAN. What it
Vishwa?
says, how many? Yes.
So it says 150 access point can be controlled by this.
That was only I was showing. That was, see, it is written 150 access point can be supported. See the power of this wireless LAN controller. If it is going to connect 150 access point, with that access point also we have multiple devices, right? All that things will be accessed with that single device.
So for one access point, how many devices?
For one access point on an average, you can connect around 100 devices. But in general, when we will be observing regarding our own Wi-Fi connectivity, so if you will see, they will tell you that limitation will be around 50, 60, 40 like that. If more than that devices is getting connected, then your bandwidth will be affected. Speed will be, huh? Huh. This point only. See, there is one SSID that we have created, right? One more we want to create. So just you have to see here. See, it is written here, create new. Click here, go. You have to do this practical. Okay. Now, profile name. Now, this time, what is the name you want to give? We'll give India. SSID is what? Apply.
What is that ID 2 says?
1 minute. By default, we have two ID set here. 1 minute. Let me see where I can see.
Is it the number 2? It's saying already we have created one and this is second.
We can say like that, yes. General security, quality. Yes, we have to click here, enable now. Then come to security. Come to security, then layer to security. You have to change this. What will be using here? WPA plus WPA2. Next, WPA2 policy. What we will be using here? PSK. PSK means preset key. And we have to write here preset key. The password we have to write. Right? Done. Next, we have to apply here.
But while adding post and all these things, we didn't.
Which one?
Regular we add.
It has been already added, no? That's why. This is the second one I'm creating. Now come to this one. Added both. See, authentication is what? Preset key. They both are using what? WPA2 only. Okay. Now we have to on our access point. So come to this access point, zoom in, connect this. Power supply we have to give. Same thing we have to do it to this access point as well. Zoom in, connect this. Now come to this access point. Come to config. Are you seeing here? It is telling you to get the IP from DHCP, change to static first, again change to DHCP. Got the IP? So it is showing you about the default gateway, that is 192.168.1.1. Now you have to check the IP. This is the IP. 1.3 it is. What is the IP it has got? 1.3. Come to see, come and see here. Config, static, DHCP. Got the IP. What is the IP it has got? 1.4. Done? Okay. Now everything is done. So we need to connect these devices with this access point, right? So before that, let's show you one more thing. Come to monitor. Now it is showing you all access point. How many? Two, right? No. Now come to this device and device. Zoom in. First you off this. Then we have to remove. We have to connect. On. Now come to config. See here we have wireless. Now what it is asking you, SSID. What is SSID? What we are going to use, WPA2 preset key. What is the password we have given? Connected. Now come to this tablet. Desktop. Type config only. Here we have wireless. Password is wrong.
You do at the rate?
No, I am not given that. Corrected. So now, like we can say, both has been connected to a same SSID only. That's why, right? So now, if you will see here that if you wanted to see what are the things is present on the access point, come to this detail. Two access point is connected. One is 1.3, one is 1.4. Access point MAC addresses, everything is written. Now, if I want to check on the access point, then let me see. The switch is not supported in MAC address. So till here we can see. We cannot check what are the things is present, what are the information is present on the access point here. Okay. Understood this, how we can access wireless LAN controller, how we can configure wireless LAN controller.
Here it provides the MAC address and the IP address of the system which have been connected.
Right. So see here what we did here, that we have taken one wireless LAN controller and we have taken here access points, right? Then we have taken even a server. Why we have taken a server? So that we can get the IP addresses automatically to our devices. Now we need to have a management PC also. So we are going to access this wireless LAN controller using application layer protocol. And in that case, we will be using here what? HTTP. So using HTTP, we have used this, or we have tried to reach this particular wireless LAN controller. So we were able to access that also. Then it was asking you that if you want to access wireless LAN controller, do you want any security features as well? So yes, I wanted to use here WPA2. Now, when you will use any security feature in that case, now you need to access this wireless LAN controller using HTTPS, not using HTTP. So when we were using HTTPS now, then after that we used to create here all the means you can say SSIDs, right? So SSID also and the passwords also. As in what type of authentication it is going to provide, that also, everything for the Wi-Fi connectivity. Then what we did, that we had that access point, they got the IP addresses, everything, right? We had configured that these are the access point with me. So when we are going to give IP SSID information on the PC, so it will be connected to a particular access point. In where? On the server we have given, right? But it is going to give automatically to whom? To all the other devices. Now my access point will be receiving from where? From the server only. Even as my end devices have been connected to the access point, even this will also get the IP, right? And see the IP, what is telling you. Port is what? A wireless. Link is what? Up. What is the IP? 192.168.107/24. Visible. Visual. And what is the default gateway? 1.1. DNS number, everything is written there. So from where it has got all the information? From the server only. So even same happens with us also, no? If we are going to have a Wi-Fi connectivity, so whenever we connect, so we get the IP. Our devices get the IP. How it gets? Automatically with the help of DHCP, right? So all that access point that we have. So what happens that we are going to get our own access to that access point, right? No? We can do the configuration. We can change the passwords. We can change the SSID, all the things with individual access point also. Here also we can do, right? We can do the changes over the access point also, or we can control the access point with the help of wireless LAN control.
How do we restrict IPs?
Can you see the password which we forgot, the Bangalore one, where we'll be able to see and edit it from the GUI?
What? Please repeat.
Because the Bangalore SSID, we forgot the password, right? So from the GUI, we can able to retrieve that.
1 minute. We can retrieve. But, ping. Right. We'll try it. See, we can check, but here it is not showing us the option to check. It is showing you only to remove.
You're showing only change the filter. I thought it's
Hmm.
changed. I don't.
Clear the filter. Change. Okay, this okay not supported, right?
But in
So it
real
is
scenario, it might
we
be
can.
possible.
Why not? Yes, we can. We can see.
Because when we also do like guest passwords and all, no Wi-Fi.
Right.
So sometimes.
Actually, it will ping. It is not pinging. In the actual study, if you try, it will ping. Okay, so you know all the steps now. You can do this. Okay, fine. So next topic. Now what is left? Okay, email exchange, right? Change only first. See what it says. That SMTP is what? Simple Mail Transfer Protocol used to send the email. Why do we use this? To send email. What is the port number it uses? 25, 465, 587, 2525. These are the port numbers. In this, 225 and 2525 is non-encrypted, whereas 465 and 587 are the encrypted port numbers. Now, port number 25 is used for server-to-server communications, right? Port number 587 is used to client-to-server submission. Means if, for example, you are writing an email, sending the email, you will be using which port numbers? 587. Now, when your server, let's say this is a client, it has written the email. After writing the email, that email will go to the server. It will use which port number? 587. Then this server is let's say Gmail. You have sent the email to the yahoo.com. So this is going to have its own one server. Now here they will be using what? Port number 25. And then we will be having a client user who is going to receive this. Correct? No? So one is 25, server to server. Then 587 is what? Client to server. And 465 secure SMTP. 465 will be used for what? Encryption. So now what we are using here, this is going to be unencrypted, not encrypted. So if it is encrypted, then instead of this one, it will be using here 465. Secure transmission. So it means that in general, what we're going to prefer? Encrypted one, right? So it means we will be using here 465 and 587. Instead of 25, we will be having here 465 and then 587. Getting the point? So here it explains you that same thing, that we have a sender, then we have a mail server, internet, mail server, and receiver. So we will be using SMTP is used for sending the emails. It is used for only sending the emails. Okay. SMTP is an application layer protocol that runs on a TCP. It is responsible for sending and forwarding the emails between the clients and mail servers. So between the client and mail servers, it means that here what will happen? That if this is my, it will be sending to the mail server using which port number? 587. And from here it will be using, let's say, 465. And here, as it is going to receive, not going to send, it will be using different port numbers. Server 25 is unencrypted. This is encrypted. So for sending and forwarding the emails, SMTP. Then for receiving it, it has two things. One is POP3 and one is IMAP. So when it receives email with POP3, it is going to have port number as 110, non-encrypted port number, and encrypted is what? 995 port numbers. All these things are very important in the email exchange, or in the questions can be asked regarding this, all these things in application layer protocol. Correct, no? Post office protocol. Post office protocol. IMAP. It receives the email on a port number 143 and 193, non-encrypted and encrypted. It means that here 143 is non-encrypted, whereas 993 is encrypted. See, in a very single line, it is explaining you that POP3 is used to download and store the emails locally. And IMAP store on a server and access from anywhere. Now, for example, let's say you have a Gmail, right? Now you have logged in this using this same email ID on a mobile phone also, and even on a laptop also. Now you tell me that if you have deleted one email from mobile phone, and when you will check on the laptop, will that email will be present or not? Not present. It means if I am deleting from my mobile, then it is getting deleted from laptop also. It means that particular email is using IMAP. It means this is present where? On the server. When it is locally present in my own device, so I will be deleting from my mobile phones, but it will be still present in the laptop, then that is going to be based on the POP3. Offline is. Correct, no? So we can have it on our server also. We can have it on our local devices also. So we need to understand the differences between them. And even I have told you that whenever an email travels from a sender to receiver, SMTP will be used 2 times, from sender to sender, from sender to sender mail server, and from sender mail server to the receiver mail server. Correct? No? I told you so that it is going to have end devices. It will be sending to a server. Then it will be sending to one more server. Till here, SMTP will work. POP3 and IMAP will be used one time to fetch the email from the receiver's mail server. And from here, receiver client will be using the IMAP or POP3 to receive the email. And in DNS, we have MX record for mail exchange. Because what we write always name, no? That this is .com, like that, or at the rate gmail.com. So it needs to be translated as well. For that, DNS MX record will be used. Then see here, POP3 is what? Post Office Protocol version 3. IMAP is what? Internet Message Access Protocol. Now, the storage location, see here, that for the POP3, the storage location is going to be the local device. For the IMAP, it is going to be the mail server. Okay. Next, multiple devices. POP3 does not support, not supported. Emails tied to only one devices. Fully supported, synchronized across the devices. Now, why it is synchronized? If I am deleting it from my mobile phones, even it is going to be deleted from the laptop as well. Then syncing, in this case, no syncing is there. In this, it is present. Synchronization is present. Speed is what? POP3 is faster, and it is going to allow what? Download one. Okay. And this is going to be slight slow. Then bandwidth uses low after download and continue server connections higher. Why? Because always you will be using here with the help of server only. And for this, you require what? Internet connectivity as well. Because everything is located where? On the server. That's why. Then what it says? That here we have folders limited. And here full folder support, like we have inbox, send, etc., outbox, draft, right? All these things will be the part of what? IMAP. Then what it says, offline access, yes. Email is stored locally. Yes, if it is saved, if it is cached. Now port number 110 is the default one and 9155 is for secure. For this one, 143 is the default one and 993 is for secure. Use case, if you use only one device, if you use multiple devices. So in general, what happens that if we are going to have an email, we have received the email using IMAP only. So if that particular email is present on our location, on a server location, and even we have to always access that server to access that particular emails, then it is there in the IMAP. If we have downloaded it locally, then it is POP3. Clear differences between IMAP and POP3. And SMTP will be used for what? Sending the emails, and for receiving one, what we use? POP3 and the IMAP. Remember the port numbers. Is it clear? So in the next class, we will start with cloud basics, AI basics, quality of services, VPN, and then automation. Done. Clear? Clear, no? We'll stop the recording.